morning, everyone. Um, so, I got myself all set up here. Moved the bed frame in. Nothing special, just basic. I might get another one down the line, but for now, this one will do. And it's. I slept pretty good. Lady slept pretty good. Lady's got herself a nice little healthy helping of her leafy greens, some grapes, a section of squash instead of a whole squash, because realistically I'm just trying to make sure she has everything she needs. Here she is, still being a nosy baby. Gotta see that window. Yeah, she needs all that space. And so nice chilly morning. Look at that girl. I think she's gonna be really happy. I think she's not happy, those tall windows are gone. And there's something I can't, like, it's weird because the biggest thing I'm gonna have to get used to is the size of this place. Um, I didn't really like showcasing it before with the old place. Um, the old place was like really, really small. Um, I'm pretty sure 90% of my apartment fit into this bedroom. It was about 200 square feet by 400 square feet. So really tall ceilings, narrow space. And the place was built in the 1920s. I'm pretty sure it. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do something about that nightlight. And I'm pretty sure it used to be an office building. And after the first year, I was just trying to move out of there. Just couldn't. And then I found a lady, and I'm like, all right, I need to do better. And it took 4 years. Found a better job, better employment, and to the point where when I was already going to be making the move. Ow. And you're just being mean. So, and once I made the move, everything just kind of worked out. Then I found out, like, oh, well, guess what? Now we're giving you a promotion and a raise. And I'm like, well, shit. And I wanted a raise, and now they're offering me more than what I was going to be asking for. And I just don't really have to worry as much. Yes, you always. No, no bitey. No bitey. You don't like when I'm rough with you. You're rough with me, I'm rough back. Take your face rubs. And she really, lady has really pushed me forward. And oh, so and I think it's gonna be nice. It's funny thing is, like, I worked a crap job for years, and I told myself, if I work hard, I'll get a promotion, I can move up. And that was my biggest regret, is giving them so many years of my time, my energy, my hard work. And I found ladies, like, all right, then I found another place at work. And it was the same thing. I could see it right off the bat. I wasn't going to devote my time or energy to this place because clearly it was cronyism. You know, the people who did all the hard work weren't getting any of the reward, and all the wrong people were like all the buddies of people who already had the job were getting promoted. And I said, you know what? A year and a half of lab experience, cool. That looks great on a resume. And then found this new place, and weirdly enough, I was doing more lab type work there than the last job. And I was with them for it was like a little over 2 years now. I put the work in, not just because even I was asked to, it's just because I understood the importance of it, and they were willing to give me as much overtime as I wanted. I just put the work in. It's like, okay, keep going, keep going. And I was still making more money than the last place. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I should be able to afford a place with what I'm making now. I know what I'm making. I know I'm getting this much overtime. And I work in 9, 10-hour days. And eventually this place popped up and says, like, hey, yeah, you're looking for something in this price range? It's like, all right, we'll give it to you. It's like, you're already approved. You're already living here. So. And then there's like, on top of that, then found out about the raise. It's like, hey, do you want this raise? Do you want this promotion? You're the most experienced person. Clearly you put you put the hard work in. I said, yeah, like I'd be stupid not to take it. And it's and now that hard work paid off. And it's funny because that's what I was raised on. I was raised on, if you do your job, you work hard, you try, then it should pay off. And I think this is the first place where that really showed. And I'm not saying like all jobs are like that. It was just, like I worked for FedEx Ground for way too long, and it was a crap job because it was like really the only thing in the area. And granted, now I wish I could have gone to like anywhere else in the area. It's just like, oh yeah, I'll work here. It would have been a better choice than FedEx Ground, but yeah, I wouldn't. FedEx Ground, they'll run you into the ground, especially if you're a package handler, and it'll just you were a beast of burden with health benefits. That's about it, and weren't even good health benefits. If you worked hard, then they treat you worse. I couldn't tell you how many times I'm walking around or I'm doing my job and I got some idiot in my way, just standing there with his mouth open, just staring off at the ceiling, either refusing to work or just saying something stupid. The dumbest thing I've had someone say to me is, now he was in his 20s. He wasn't diabetic. He was just an idiot. He says, I forget what I really ended up saying. It wouldn't, initialize the conversation. I was like, what the hell are you doing here? It's like, what is your reason not to work? Are you crippled? And it's like something I should know. It's like, if you have some kind of disability, I'll give you a pass. His response to me was, I'm too old to work. I can't have sugar and I like roast beef. I ripped the car tire from his hand and I yelled at him, "You get the away from me before I beat you with this freaking tire." Like, it's just, I saw pure fear in his heart. And I said, "The only reason I didn't beat you because I didn't know if I should just hit you in the head with this thing or the chest. Because once I start going, I wasn't going to stop. You dumb asshole. There's a man in the other trailer who's older than both of us busting his ass. So what's his excuse?" Because at the time, this guy was pushing 80, and I realized I don't want to be 80 and working at FedEx. Oh, that's what got Lady worked up. There's another squirrel outside. Oh, yeah, she can see all the squirrels now. Oh, crap, I didn't even think about that. Probably getting all worked up seeing all the squirrels. Idle enough from this window, you could almost see where I found Lady. Yeah, Lady, yeah. What about you? She in the camera. See this camera? Here we go. Hey, could you get easy? Hey, this is a Lady show. Show about Lady. And I can actually sit down on my mattress or on my bed. So, yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, girl. Here. But yeah, they'd hire people like that, and these people are getting paid like 50 cents less than me, and yet I'm doing like 10 times the work. And I realized this job, it was just going to kill me. I worked to a point where I could either afford rent or food, and I chose rent. And I was still working there when I found Lady. And I'm like, okay, it's got to be food for Lady and rent. Luckily, she didn't eat much at the time. um, but I knew if like anything ever, I had to get her checked out. If I had to like do better because now I needed to take care of this squirrel. And I don't know if I've gone over this before, but one day I'm taking out the trash, and I'm hearing this squeaking, this crying, all this thing, and it's just like the day after a heavy rainstorm, like I mean a really heavy rainstorm, and that was like 4 years ago, and I'm like, shit. I take out the trash. I wasn't even sure what I was looking at first. Took off my hoodie, picked her up, and it's like, well, crap, what do I do? So I kind of got her cleaned up, and apparently it's just, I don't know how long she was out there. Mother never came back for her. Like no, nothing. And this is like squirrels are up early in the morning. There's no way her mother couldn't have found her. So I tried to find everything I could on how to take care of a baby squirrel, like what to do. Called the local wildlife. Nobody, like, they wouldn't return my calls. And so it was like, all right, I guess I got to take care of this squirrel now. And so that's what I did. Like, it was a lot of learning, a lot of like they didn't know what to do, and it was kind of funny because I'm thinking like, okay, like maybe like what can I do to, like at first like, all right, this okay, let's be a documentation of like, okay, trying to learning how to take care of a squirrel, like what to do. So I documented early videos of her being a baby, and I was like, okay, like all right, maybe if this does well, this will pay for Lady. But I abandoned that idea real quick because I figured no, the better idea is to just find something that lets me take better care of Lady, and that's what I did. But it was still a learning experience, and there's not a whole lot of like legit information on how to care for a squirrel. So like I had to do a lot of digging, had to do a lot of research because there was a lot more information on how to kill a squirrel than actually how to save one. Um, One time, I'm glad the new owners took over. The previous management or maintenance management and or head of maintenance and pest control guy tried to kill Lady. Um, so I'd identify, thing they tried to use. I'd identify it, figure how much it actually takes to kill a squirrel and how much the lady ingest. Luckily, she didn't ingest anywhere near a toxic amount because what it did was it would attack the kidneys. It would overdose with vitamin K. So it's like, okay, how do I counteract that? And it would be to flush her system and to, sorry, killing a bug. So I'd have to flush her system with water. Then I would have to slowly reintroduce vitamin K back into her system because vitamin K will just like too much of it will shut down your kidneys. And it's a very painful way to go. And that's what I think you're pissing me off more because that's how painful it is to go that way. But yeah, he didn't ingest nearly as much. And like, it would have taken one packet to kill one squirrel. And she got like a corner of it. Like it would take 1 teaspoon, and there's roughly like 1 teaspoon of that poison in per packet. So I flushed a little system out just to make sure. Got a little bit of spinach, just a very small amount, and well, here she is. And so I made sure, I got rid of that. Like I searched the place all over the place, like all over the apartment, and yeah, I was. Eventually those guys got fired because they were shit at their job anyway. The guy, the head of maintenance, I had to fight that idiot just to fix my floors. And like this guy was trying to blame it. Like the heating knob was messed up. So he's like, "Oh, you're roughhousing." Like, keep in mind, the heating knob was like right in the corner. Like you couldn't. I'm sitting there like, who do you think I'm roughhousing with or roughhousing? And then right in this specific spot, like in this corner, like what the like the guy was an idiot. So, oh wow, this is a 20-minute video of me just rambling. I'm gonna end it here.